Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday night, and we are about to get back at it, taking it all the way back to where it all started, getting into our roots. We going back to Westeros. You already know the two coming with me. We got AK and Team Black. What's happening, AK?
Hey, we are back. We are back, and it's just so great to be back. I love everything about this first. Well, not everything, but we'll get into that.
Oh, it has been amazing. Oh, of course, right when we get started, we had the realist have to jump off for a second, but I'm sure he's going to be right back with us.
Oh,
He
I'm
said,
back,
"Oh,
sorta,
you're
but hey, y'all,
Okay.
back at it again. No Cersei in this show, but I'm looking for my new Cersei now, and when she's here, it will be known.
Oh, you already know. Let's
He's
do it.
looking for prequel Cersei.
We got the one true David Adams. We got Jay Cruz. I see out there Linda R. What's good, everybody? We getting the fam back in action. We going back all the way back. We going 172 years back. House of the Dragon, season 1, episode 1, the heirs of the dragon. So many people were on the fence. They didn't know, are they going to bring it? Is it going to be like season 8, like everybody was so disappointed with? Or is it going to be like season 1 and just bring it all back? And I don't know about you two, but I am like all in season 1. I am loving this episode. I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. How about you, AK?
Absolutely. There's the visuals. I'll start there. It's not that bland like gray and browns that we got of King's Landing in Game of Thrones. Now this is very vibrant looking city. These dragons are very colorful, very true to their book descriptions, but with a bit more added twist. The designers did something pretty cool with how they made their structures and brought them to life. And I'm here for those changes. I think it gives the dragons a bit more personality and connects them with their writers. I love how the things at the tourney went. I have some thoughts on how things were put together side by side with the tourney, but
Amazing.
again, we'll get to that. But
Amazing.
overall, I'm very happy with everything they've presented in this first episode, and I can't wait to see the rest of the season.
Totally
What's up,
agree.
I see out there? How you doing? What's up, fandom? What do you think of this first season so far, or this first episode so far?
Before going to this show, I was like, I'm still hurting from Game of Thrones season 8, so it's like I'm not 100% intrigued. Am I gonna watch it? Of course, I'm gonna watch it. Game of Thrones still bleeds in my blood now. So after watching that first episode, I'm like, okay, just like Candyman or Mr. Candy from Django, it caught my attention. But now I'm intrigued here from what we're actually going to be seeing from the very first season now. Because I think there's just only like one season confirmed so far for the House of the Dragons, but I'm enjoying it. I can't wait. Even though book readers, I pretty much know what's going to happen. As a non, I'm like, okay, what am I get? What am I get here? Because I didn't know
I'll
about that whole baby death thing that was gonna go down. So I was like, damn, really? And I was like, okay, if that baby survives and the mama dies, it's like, will that baby grow up to be like a new Joffrey or something or whatever? Like, will it be like, or will it end up dying later? But hey, we got our answers.
I'll say one thing to that. We do know essentially where this story is going because it's a prequel, especially for
Yeah.
people that have read the prequel stories. However, we don't know how it's going to be presented to us visually. So that's what
Okay.
gives us the speculations that we can get into in these types of discussions. And they've already given us a few different zingers to that we didn't expect to talk about. So let's go on and get into it.
What's up, Reflective Rambling? Thanks for stopping in. Glad to see you. Absolutely, Jake. The dragon statues were dope. And speaking of the dragons, why did I think that they had more dragons than 10? I thought the books I thought like each side almost had 10. Like, how was I so off on that?
I don't know. I don't think they're all at the I don't think they're all at the Dragon Keep. I think some of them might actually be at Dragonstone or actually possibly Driftmark
Budget.
near Driftmark. Well, I mean, yeah, budget also, but Rainey's and Corliss are mainly a lot of times at Driftmark, so they may be keeping their dragons there because they do have some.
Oh,
But
absolutely. Maybe
that's a guess.
and I think I heard that they're not even going to show all 10 of them until like the very end of the season, or maybe even next season we see the next one. So I don't even think we're going to see all 10 of them this year. But
Well, if
yeah,
No,
we
yeah,
do
there's
see
supposed to be
at least
17. I think we're going to see all of them eventually
at least let like hold out to like an actual event or something happens for it to be
to
worth
bring them all
word.
together.
Yeah, like okay, like
Makes
this is
sense.
it right here.
Yeah.
there we go. Yeah, 17. That's what I thought. I thought almost each side had 10, like not quite 10. So that's what I was thinking, somewhere more along 17 lines. So absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, we already know there's more on Dragonstone that haven't even been tamed yet. So I don't know how we can deal with that. But yeah, we know kind of the outlines of what's going to happen. But like you said, visually, we have no idea exactly where the producers and directors are going to take it. I am all in for it to see because, yeah, so far, so good. I'm loving it. When King Jaehaerys called the Great Council to vote on his successor, it didn't seem like any of the top three Targaryens were happy with the outcome of that vote. I mean, they were in charge, and none of those three wanted that outcome. I mean, they end up pressing it later anyway. Why not do it sooner than later and make the queen that never was actually the queen, or in charge, sitting on the throne? How come you think they went that way? Was it just too male dominated, AK?
Absolutely. That's absolutely what it was. Jaharis, our good king, so he's remembered. He could have just put his foot down and said, "Nah, this is what it's gonna be." There might have been one or two rebellions, but the Targaryens have dragons again. And if you put Rhaenys on that throne, I don't know if y'all noticed what I noticed, but Rhaenys was not going to be taking nobody's bullshit. You give her that throne and them dragons that they already had, those rebellions would have been squashed very easily. Okay? It really would have been that simple to do. I think she would have been the better choice, but we got Viserys instead, and now here we are with all these problems starting.
Hey, House Lowerbridge, welcome, welcome. What do you think about that, fandom? Who do you think would have been better on the throne? You think it would have been better to have the queen that never was, or Viserys, how it went down?
I believe within like that first scene, they were trying to establish like straight off the back about how freaking sexist yet again the world that they're pretty much living right then and there. About how it's like men first and then women just there just to marry, birth, your property, that's it. And you pretty much saw that throughout the episode. We don't want to break tradition. And then when it actually came to that moment, they're like, okay, we may just have to break tradition because we don't want this certain individual on the damn throne. So I did like how they did it. And also that king, the swag that he had. If I'm king, that's what I want to freaking wear. Because
He was up there looking like the Pope.
every single person, I'm like, come on now.
Yo, the old King Jaehaerys was sitting there just buffed and bossed out, looking like the grandest Pope that ever was. But you a Targaryen, and this is supposed to be again the Targaryens in their richest time. So yeah, you supposed to be flossing.
And that's supposed to be Harrenhal. I think that's like the
That was
first
Harrenhal.
time
Yeah, that
like
was the Great
ever.
Council. Yep, being
And every
inside Harrenhal. Yeah, how cool was that?
It was cool, but we're going to talk about that in a minute because there's some things that didn't quite add up. But yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, as far as that vote went, like if all three weren't in agreement, why not just do what they came to do and rule? Like fuck what the peasants are saying and the minor lords are talking about. Like Westeros did not bow down to Aegon because he was a man. They bent the knee to the dragons. And last I checked, Rhaenys was a dragon rider. So just like the rest of them, I don't know why. Like in the end, even more so than Viserys. Like once his dragon died, he didn't even ride the dragon. She was still riding dragons. So I don't know. I think they could have pulled it off a little bit earlier if they would have just kind of stuck to it. And probably would have been better off for it because I think she would have been a better.
Yes, they would have.
Absolutely. I like how the one dragon keeper had to like put his pole in front of that other one real quick from him getting too close. Like that is a dragon.
Like, hey, shh, youngin, hold on, okay? You got some more lessons.
I was like, dude, would that not be one of the worst jobs in the realm fandom?
It depends on the pay. What's the pay though? You're working for the Targaryens now. Are they cheap like Jeff Bezos, or are they actually pay good coin now? I gotta know.
That is a good question, but you get to hang out with dragons all day. I mean, apparently dragons think, but I feel like that's just like you getting to hang out in the stables with horses all the time. Horses think, but yo, people love to be around them, and I've been horseback riding. I get it. I know why.
Oh, I used to have horses when I was younger. Yeah, that's what I used to do. Whistle for them, walk out on my porch, whistle for them to
Mm-hmm.
come over, jump on them bareback, ride up 5 acres, check the mail, come back, and start my day. That's literally how I
Yep.
grew up. It was crazy. Oh, but man, yeah, I don't know. Being a dragon keeper, that'd be a tough one. I would be scared. I would not want to be that man. But I thought those were dope words Queen Aemon was laying down about how they had royal wombs and the birthing bed was their battlefield. And little did I know how true her little ditties were going to ring later on.
She was doing her duty.
On
She
the
was trying to
second
protect
watch
her
through, I'm
people.
like, damn. Ironic.
Bruh.
Oh, I always
My
noticed so much more.
only the real beef with that scene though, first of all, it just made Viserys look so bitch made. You didn't even talk to this woman about what was about to happen. And they just like pulled her to the edge of the bed like she was a little rag doll, like she
And
didn't
fuck
even
those
mean shit.
nurses.
Like,
Like,
what the
they could have
fuck?
said something. They could have been
I'm
like, yo.
saying somebody talk to this woman. If you tell her it's you or the baby, she's gonna tell you save the baby. But y'all just acting like her word just don't even mean shit. I mean, and I
Yeah.
get it for the time, it don't. But still,
Yeah.
Viserys, you didn't even try to tell your daughter, yo, come say goodbye to mom. You look like a little bitch right there.
What's up, Jackie C? I see you out there. We got a legend. I see spots. We got a lot of legends in the chat tonight. So glad everybody came. Hope everybody's absolutely loving this.
Family's back.
I am. Absolutely. Oh, man. We got it. First episode introduced 18 interesting characters. I mean, man, that introduced so much. I am so much in. Yeah, I'm loving it. Glad you're loving it too, Spots. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Did you notice how when King Jaehaerys told a joke to his council, everybody laughed except Lord Corlys? And then when he tried to like warn the council of what was happening in the Stepstones, he was kind of snubbed and talked over. Like, this is definitely going to be a problem in days to come, isn't it, fandom?
Of course. I'm like, yeah, I don't listen to the brother. But hey, every time you don't listen to the brother, what happens a few episodes later? Those same damn pirates going to come knocking on your damn door.
Oh, this is going to be a problem, isn't it, AK?
The smartest cat on the damn small council right now is Lord Corlys. And these fools ain't trying to listen. And we've already seen, well, for those that have watched, the season trailers, there's even clips of what's going on in the Stepstones. It ain't pretty. And it's gonna become a problem. They really would be better off squashing it now so their trade routes don't get messed up. Like you already, sitting here thinking about some other random nonsense. Why not make sure all of your investments are shored up before you continue?
Exactly. Those ports are everything. I mean, like I said, you're going to beggar the realm if you let them ports go. Like, that's going to be a problem. Get on this. Like, yeah. But yeah, I think just because who he's married to, they're just always going to be like second guessing his word or try to look over him just to not give him too much power.
Which is so stupid.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Just so dumb.
My man's on top of things. You need to listen up.
He is.
I love that little detail, though, how both the mother and the father chimed in on how Rhaenyra just stank a dragon. Like, that was tough. Like,
you see how she got told to go shower, and she was like, yeah, okay, I got you. And then she goes right to the council meeting. Not one fuck given.
It's like, take your ass out and get a bath. Let's get it. Oh, but yeah, the attention to detail is fantastic. Did you notice, like, the tree Rhaenyra and Alicent were sitting under was a werewood, fandom?
Was a what?
A werewood tree?
Oh yeah, because that's the one that's in King's Landing.
Yep.
It's not there.
What's that?
It's not there. It's not there in Game of Thrones, though.
You sure? I thought it was. Because where Bran was sitting, it was. I sworn. Oh no! I'm thinking of Winterfell. That's what it is.
Yeah, there. King's Landing's heart tree in Game of Thrones was an oak. So this is way back, which I appreciated seeing that. That was really cool.
Oh, absolutely. It was said that the Targaryens were closer to gods than men, and it seemed quite a few of them were like seers whose dreams quite, often came true. Are they really magical and like a step above regular men, AK?
I don't know about a step above regular men, but they do definitely have a very strong concentration of, the magic blood, as they say. So there's definitely something about them that sets them apart, but I wouldn't say they're more grand than everyone. They just got lucky and were able to tame dragons. I mean, mostly tame them, because if a dragon wants to, it's still gonna bite their head off.
True, but and it seems like a lot of them are actual seers, though, and absolutely get them. What's up? I see you out there, Imagination Realm.
They do all get the dragon dreams. It really comes down. Well, not all of them, but
No, but
a lot of them do. What it really comes down to is just how they interpret those dreams and what they do about them that creates these situations that are going to come up and weigh very heavily on the storyline moving forward.
Absolutely. What's up, Won't You, David Adams? Absolutely, I noticed him covering his cup, and I just think that was him wanting to keep his head straight and be able to recite everything, remember everything, and be able to respond. And you even saw, like, even when he thought he was over and they were talking about the tournament that he didn't care so much about, he went back and went to pour himself a cup, and then all of a sudden they said something else that was of importance, and he just stopped again and like.
And he stopped.
Like, I was just trying to talk about this, so I think he just wants to say sober. I don't really think it has much to do about poison. I think he just wants to say sober so he can get his point across and remember exactly what was said and how it was said and who did what.
Yep.
That was my
exactly.
Opinion. You agree with that, AK? How about you, Phantom?
Same.
You believe that? I think that's exactly what was up. I didn't realize my camera's off. Sorry about that. Oh man, but yeah, I do. I mean, there's so many seers and the way they can do it, and the fact that they can ride dragons. Like, I understand they have saddles, but I mean, if they like, Viserys was saying that it's an illusion, that the fact that they have power over dragons, but they do have some power over dragons. How the hell do they get anywhere? Like, how do they know where they're flying? Like, the Targaryens have to be steering them that way, so I mean, there has to be some kind of control over them.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know that it's control, most sort. That they're bonded with their dragons almost from birth, so it's more of a very intimate friendship, I would put it, and they connect with their dragons by speaking Valyrian to them, but I wouldn't put it past them to say that they have almost like a skin changer quality with dragons and how they talk and communicate, and like you said, get them to go the places that they need to go. You know, this isn't all just, head for this place. Like, these dragons aren't memorizing maps or anything. So there has to be a way specifically that these dragons end up knowing what needs to be known and getting to the places where their riders need to get to. And I think it's just a symbiotic bond, maybe be the word.
So another dragon rider can ride another person's dragon then?
No, not at all.
No.
Okay, so they can't be. Then
because remember the little boy that tried to during the Dance of the Dragons, and the dragon threw him off.
He tried to go
right. And it was his mom's dragon. So you would think that they would have that connection, but they don't. The dragon wouldn't accept him.
Oh, go feed those puppies, Linda R, and we will see you back here soon.
Yes, feed the puppy dogs.
Gotta take care of the little ones. It's awesome. Did you notice when the king entered the High Council, everybody stood up except for Daemon? Like, I feel he loves his brother, but does not much respect him.
I think Daemon's trying to be real with him.
I just thought that was his personality too. It's like, should I even bother? I could do whatever I want. But near the end of the episode, you always can see what he like truly felt. It's like he just didn't feel like respected, even though it was over the claims to it. But it's like you just kind of like pushed me to the side. Like, why wasn't I kind of like named like the hand, the king all this time? But no.
There were, I don't know, that's the ultimate disrespect. That's like, I mean, can you imagine the president walking in a room and you just staying on your ass when everybody else stands? Like,
I mean,
depends on the president.
Also, I see, that's the thing. I think it depends on the situation, because honestly, if I was in Viserys' shoes and some of my siblings were on my small council, if I walk in, yeah, everybody else, you follow protocol, but my siblings, even if we're arguing at any point in time, I'm not going to look for them to do that. But but that's just me. That's just me and how the relationship that I have with my siblings. I don't know. I think it's clear enough that they did have a decent relationship before, but because he said it's only been like the past decade, the past 10 years that Otto Hightower's been in his head, and he's been getting pushed away. So, they were pretty close before. So I imagined it was pretty much the same with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, whatever you decide to do, reflective. Glad you came in and stopped in. Glad to see you. Absolutely. But yeah, they do seem to bond the same way with the direwolves. So that is a good comparison. I like
that. That's why I always thought House Targaryen and House Stark should have been allies.
Right. And they were for a minute. Was Daemon right? Was Damon right to be as brutal as he was, like using the gold cloaks to clear the streets of Westeros? Riffraff fandom? What do you think?
That was crazy. At one point, I'm like chopping off hands, killing murderers. Then he's like the rapist. I'm like, don't tell me you're gonna go and
knew
chop
it was
a guy's
coming.
fetus. But then I think he chopped his balls off instead. I think, and I'm like, how is that gonna save anything for the rapist? You cut off
It
his
looked to
freaking
me like
penis.
he took the full package. I don't know. It looked.
Yeah.
It looked like he took the full package,
Yeah, but
but
then someone
even if
said
he
the
didn't,
balls. I'm like,
you think he gonna do that shit again with
I
Damon being
mean,
the Lord of Fleabottom? I'm not saying that it's exactly right, but I understand that it's effective.
right?
And for
I
real,
mean,
for real, like
word
he
was
said,
out.
the tourney is in 2 weeks, my guy. Do you want the High Lords coming down here with their daughters getting raped? Do you want them to be robbed along the roadways? Do you want them to come and have fun in the city and spend their money, give us some more coffers to fill, our purses and whatnots? Or do you want all these complaints to come through because you legit are inviting rebellion if you got your people coming to the capital city and some random fuck shit is running rampant in the streets? Damon got the job done.
effective, but you should have cut off the penis, not just the balls. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, I'm telling you, it was just crazy. Imagine. I was just
Maybe it's
thinking,
because it's HBO. I don't know. They don't go back completely far. And then we see later on in the damn episode, yes, they will.
It was
effective.
it
Word
was
was
brutal.
out. Westeros was a cesspool, and he needed to clean it up. You can't be having all those high lords coming to town and being afraid to come
Exactly.
and spend that money. So, absolutely, I mean, that was it.
Exactly.
And even the king admitted, like, this could be a good thing in the end. Like, they reprimanded them, but they're like, this might not have been the worst idea ever. So, I don't know why they just punish him so much. Like, yeah, they got to give my man his props. He did what needed to be
They
done.
wish they can be him.
And also let's go down that line that Viserys was talking about when Otto tried to complain about it. Bro, we had him over here. You said nah, he's gonna get into this random nonsense. So let's put him someplace else. Okay, well he was Master of Coin. You said that he was gonna spend too much. He was gonna beggar the realm. And then they had him doing something else. I don't remember. But Otto had an issue with that too. And Viserys said specifically, you, bruh, are the one that appointed him to this position. So now again, Damon is coming in and he's doing the damn job. And I'm pretty sure this was the same thing for all those other jobs. The City Watch was already there, y'all. But the city was in squalor because nobody cared about the City Watch. They had no authority. He came in, he got them boys better armor, better weapons, made sure that they knew that they needed to stand proud and stand out, got them the training they needed, turned them into some random mangy rogues walking around trying to pump up their chest to some actual fighting wolves to go out there and handle shit. And he did that. He's doing the jobs you give him. You just don't like that everybody loves him, because that's why he's Lord of Fleabottom. The small folks love this dude. Amidst all the brutality and shit, he's still getting clout. And Otto was like, nah, I can't have that. Can't have that at all.
He's just mad that people love him and they don't hate him just like how much as he hates him.
That's just it. Everybody hates Otto. Everybody loves Damon. Everybody hates Otto, and for good reason, because he seems to have an awful lot of bitch in him, and we're going to talk about it because that's just way off kill. But Phantom, what's up with those little balls everybody puts in the tables when they come into the? I
was saying the same thing. Like, I'm pretty sure you can speak without them placing that there. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed weird.
That was weird.
Oh, those tactics seem a little extreme. I just don't know how to determine guilt. Yeah, I mean, hey, if the word's out and people know, I mean, it was a small town. People spoke, so people talked about it and they knew. The word was out on the streets.
Small town.
Do you really think Damon would have just went in there all willy-nilly though? No. I'm very sure he had people collecting information, and he knew exactly where people were going to be at that time of night, and he went and got them.
And it took like 2 carts full of bodies.
2 carts.
A 2-horse pulling cart because it was so much. You needed a 2-horse cart for it. But yeah, absolutely. And my favorite part about Damon so far, he doesn't lie. He wields the truth like a weapon, but he does not lie. And I love that about him. He is frank. This is it. He's like, did I say something that wasn't true? Like, my man tells the truth at all times, and I'm loving it. Like I said,
that's why I think Otto set his ass up at the end. He probably did say something to the effect of "air for a day," but not in the context that Otto was saying. and that's what's causing the problem.
Yeah,
Now, Damon would have. Go ahead.
said by all intentions that it was a celebration, and it was not. My man was
It was
moping
not.
at a table by himself, and he told his brothers, like, we all mourn in our own ways. But yeah,
My man was trying to have a drink. He wasn't even trying to make no speech. He only did that because his people asked him to. That's it. He was mourning. You know, you in the middle of a whorehouse. This the only dude not smiling while he has a tankard in his hand. That's no. That was his family that was lost too. Okay, this wasn't just the wife of the king. That was his family too.
Exactly. Like, we all grieve in our own ways, and he should have listened more to that. But he was seeing red already. Me too, Jake. Liars and thieves, two of my biggest pet peeves in life. Absolutely respect that honesty. Oh man, but yeah, it was just crazy. And then they make it quite obvious that Lord Corlys is like the one person in the High Council besides the king that actually prefers Daemon's side. Like, he's always on Daemon's side. So if and when it all goes down, these two are definitely going to be a formidable duo. Like, they're just going to be badass together, aren't they, Fanny?
Yeah, because during that whole near the end of the episode, then he was like on the side of Damien when there was like, oh well, we know who's like the next heir, and it's like Damien.
He was the only one to speak his name. Absolutely.
And people were saying, I'm sorry, people were saying like he's just trying to jockey for Daemon. No, he's giving you the facts. Y'all just don't want to admit it, so you're trying to ignore it. And Lord Corlys is not here for y'all's bullshit.
Oh, he says the person that asked him to probably snitched was probably the one who set him up. Well, he said he verified it by 3 different people. We don't know if that's the truth.
So you could have paid them 3 people to say any damn thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be some Varys. I think Daemon's got a little Varys on him, sneaking through those back little tunnels and knowing like the little sneak ways through the castle. Absolutely.
Doesn't that fit his character though?
He was sneaking during that meeting. He was like right behind.
I expect him to know every last twist and back alley turn in that castle.
Oh, absolutely. And they did that on purpose, Jake. That's exactly why they cut it off and we didn't see the speech, just so we would have and see what's really going on with that. But yeah, and we might even see it in the later episode. But absolutely.
Yeah, let's remember, this is a story that's basically told and written by maesters, y'all. So it's very interesting, and that's why I say that the visuals that we're getting on this, it's ripe for all of this lovely conversation that we're having here.
Hold up, isn't the narrator for this one what's her face?
Yeah, for this
that was Rhaenys.
Yeah.
No, that was older Rhaenyra, I believe. In the beginning, that did that narration, I believe that was older Rhaenyra.
Really, I thought it was.
Yeah, because didn't she say like, "Oh, that person is my father or mother" or something like that? No, wasn't it? The narrator said that. The one who
I honestly would have to go back and listen to the wording again. I don't remember.
It was Rhaenys though who was saying.
It might have been. It might have been.
Oh, but let's get into just how big a bitch Otto Hightower is. Like, first of all, how you gonna talk on Daemon's wife and then get all butthurt when he returns the favor? Like, yes, it was in poor taste, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And Daemon was as rude as he. I don't know. He's rude, but he does not lie. Like I said, he just
at all
viciously. So
he owns it.
How are you gonna get all butthurt about that? You started this. You talked about this man's wife and bringing it up, knowing he doesn't like her and have a good relationship. But then
this is the crown prince.
Come.
I don't care if you're the hand. This is the crown prince. If he would have lobbed and threw that damn cat's ball in your eyeball, he would not have faced 1 inch of punishment. So shut the fuck up, Otto.
What's up? Welcome, Word 789. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, he was listening.
Yeah, it was Rhaenyra. That was the narrator.
It was Rhaenyra?
It was Rhaenyra? Okay. Okay, cool.
I understood this.
It actually that actually does make more sense that she would be narrating because she was actually there at Harrenhal. Yeah.
Oh, how much did we love those tourney scenes? Speaking of, like, they were way better rounded, more in depth, like in the old school Game of Thrones. Like the people cheering, rumors and gossip being passed, and like just as fast as the coin was being bet on the list, like it was just all around a grander production.
What was that an illegal move that Damien did to that?
Damon?
Your dragon is illegal.
That's the thing. He could, if he really wanted to pull some fuck shit, he could have really hauled off and put that mace in Daemon's face. But he was smart enough not to do that because he would have been dead within the next 2 minutes. And it was almost like a light tap. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I mean, he hit him in the back, kind of a bitch made move. You could have swiped his leg, it would have looked better. But he's cocky. Cole's cocky, so he's not going to do that. Smack on the back, get his attention, and for real, Damon could have won that fight. But you decided to showboat, my dude.
Yeah.
You deserve that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, you never turn your back on an opponent in that situation. Like, you're in a fight.
Ever.
He's a real weapon.
There was one thing. I was in a couple of the chat rooms the other day when most people were going live after the episode. Didn't watch a whole lot, but remember Person Jacobs had actually tweeted, I think, something saying that, tourneys, all that loss of life with highborn lords. And the highborn heirs, they join these lists, and no one really talks about sometimes how easy it is to get murdered or maimed in these things.
I was thinking about that. I'm like,
coins
all of them signing
and a trophy. Yeah, like dude had his whole ass face ripped off in that one
and
scene.
You were just pissed off because of like a squander. I'm just like, dude, you lost. Keep it moving.
Keep it pushing, right?
Going and going. I'm like, so no one's stopping this like at all.
And nobody's gonna stop it, right?
That's what the people are there for.
You just let the bloodshed continue. And also, did you guys, I don't know, I liked what they did here. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I'd love to know. But the nervousness with some of the younger kids that were sitting there, like Allison was like picking around her cuticles, and little Lena was like grabbing onto her brother. But even he was a little bit nervous watching all the bloodshed too. And I thought that was really good for them to show and put that in there, that not everybody's really comfortable watching all this stuff.
Who was comfortable was Daemon when he rode in and picked the Hand's eldest son with Barris in front of half the kingdom. I was like, even Lord Corlys gave that look like, no, he didn't. Like,
everyone knew who the hell he was going to pick.
See, Daemon is messy. Daemon is messy. And you know what? I don't give a damn. Hightower fucking deserved it. Because not only did he put that boy on his ass quick, fast, but then he went and got the favor from his daughter.
Oh, just to try
just to nudge him a little bit more.
Wickedly
messy. And I am here for all the messy also.
And Otto even like scolded her. He's like, you're really going to do this?
He tried to say some shit, but then she just looked at him, and then she remembered who her bestie was, and she was like, fuck you, Pops, we'll do this another day. And went right over there, and Rhaenyra was with the shits too, because when Cole put Daemon on his ass, and came and asked her for the favor, she didn't even give no qualms about nothing. She smiled real big like, I got you, my dude. She walked right over there, no hesitation. And brought that favor right on there. You earned that. There you go.
One simply does not say no to a dragon. Plain and simple. And she knows it.
Especially one like Daemon. Come on. The kid's got charisma. Over anything, he's got charisma. You got to say that.
Oh, man. Yeah, she was blessed.
Can we give a petty award?
That was fantastic.
Can we give a petty award to the so-called queen that never was? My Lady Rhaenys and Lord Corlys, though, when her cousin Baratheon tried to talk that shit, and she was like, okay, went and sat down, and then he got put on his ass.
I was waiting for Corlys to say something like my wife's name.
They didn't need to say, shut up, he's stupid. He's stupid for that. But the beauty of their relationship and why I can't wait to see more of them is they didn't need to say a word to each other. They just gave that couple look, and my girl put her glass up like, bet you shut the fuck up next time.
Oh, that was brutal. But then the king receives the news that her grace has begun the battle of the birthing bed and seems to be losing. The babe is in breach and cannot come out. And this scene was brutal, but I just loved the sequence going back and forth between the list and then the battle of the birthing bed. Like, it literally had me wincing and thanking the powers I was a male, but I was on the edge of my seat. I could not stop. I was just all in.
I was loving the attorney, and then I went back to that birthing scene. I was loving the attorney, then I went back to that. I'm just like, come on, can we just stay at the attorney for a sec?
Man, so beautifully blended, though. I mean, one of the most wicked and gruesome scenes I've ever dealt with. Like, it made me seriously uncomfortable.
And also one of the most bitch-made scenes for a king.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you ain't even trying to tell this woman what was about to happen to her. Yeah. You didn't even give her any. You could have said the exact same thing to her that the maester said to you, and she would have said, "Save the baby."
Exactly.
We all know that. But you didn't do that, so it just made you look so much worse. They dragged her down the bed like she was a
Mm-hmm.
fucking rag doll, man.
Yeah,
How you
that
do
was
that to the queen?
awful. Yeah, that was ridiculous. And the king, I mean, just like you said, the maester said the king may have an impossible choice to make, so don't make it. Give that choice to
Exactly.
your wife. Let her make
Leave
it.
it to the gods,
Gods. That's what.
or
Yeah.
just leave it to the gods.
Well, if they left it to the gods, it was basically save the baby or lose them both, is what they said. So I mean,
But they both died anyway, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
but they had a chance to save the baby, and I mean,
Or just be like, nope. Let me just exit the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom or something. Come back and be like, oh, you good?
Can you highlight that comment from Jackie? Because I forgot about that part, and she's exactly right. Once it started happening, after she's saying she was confused, what's going on, what's happening, and then she figured it out, and she started saying, "Yeah, no, 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 I'm afraid, no, stop it." But still, they didn't try to give her any type of comfort at all. How do you do that to your wife, man?
It just tells you it's like in this world, it's like they go what the man says. They didn't care what the wife was saying at all. The mother of the damn like soon to be
And that's
child, they
so
was like, oh,
horrible.
if you want it out, out. And the nurses, god damn it, they couldn't even do anything or prepare. They just like, all right, we're just gonna do this, we're gonna do this, and it was just drag her and it's oh my gosh.
Right. And Jake, you're right. Yeah, you were in our chat yesterday that I had on my channel, and for
Oh
a
yeah, I
bit
did
with
like
with
that
the
in your
watch
stream.
along too. Yeah, that was definitely a murder. That was a double murder right there. That wasn't just some birthing issues, man. Just oof. There's a lot going on there.
Maybe that could have been it, but yeah, like I said, if she could have got her head wrapped around it and thought about it first, not just being yanked down and grabbed, I mean, it would have been a different situation. But yeah, she was definitely scared and just out of fear, like what the hell's going on, like in that instance.
Mm-hmm.
The thing's going to be to save yourself. But yeah, if they'd have just told her, it's either you're both going to die
Yeah.
or save the baby, basically, is what it was. Like, what are you going to do? But yeah, Jake, that could have been a hit job. Just Maesters taking out Targaryens because they do not like them having those dragons.
Mm-hmm.
If it was me, I'd been like save the wife. 'Cause I think this says something about it's like their 5th time now or something.
Exactly.
Trying to like get
Yes.
a baby boy, get an actual heir. At this point, I'm just like, you know what? Let's just be done with it.
Save my baby boo. Okay.
Or did the Maesters
I
just
have an heir.
The Maesters what?
Did the Maesters just kill all those Targs and make her have all those miscarriages, trying to take out the Targaryen line?
That is a very popular theory that Lady D actually touched on last night when we had our discussions. Yeah, and I'm of the mind to agree with that.
Oh man, that could have been crazy. They had to have some kind of wet nurse there, but yeah, that baby was gurgling instantly, and you just knew something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, did it live? Did it not? And if it lived, I'm like, you're gonna live with this regret with this baby boy. And then the next scene, oh shoot, the baby's dead too.
Yeah, they said it was a day, but it wasn't even a full day, really.
When they started cutting into her and she was screaming no and I'm scared, like that was more ruthless than any battle scene I've ever seen. Like that was so uncomfortable. But
right, like watching the tourney was easier.
Way easier. Like smash another man's face with an axe, like that's nothing compared to what this was.
Right. Oh yeah. That's par for the course. Give me my popcorn. Queen has to die in bed getting her.
Which just makes it so much more amazing what she said earlier about, our battlefield is the birthing bed. And she just showed those words ring true. That's exactly what it was. Like,
yeah. That was great writing and great directing and editing on that whole sequence. Brilliant.
And how badass was Sir Christian Cole with that Morning Star? Like he tore Daemon's royal arse up. Like it reminded me that Daemon is dangerous because he's like more ruthless and cunning, not necessarily that he's the best fighter. Like he may not have even gotten this far without pulling that stun on the Hightowers kids. So
no, but by all accounts, he is a good fighter. Right there, I think he just caught showboating.
I mean, I guess. And what's he doing with Dark Sister in the lists? Like, what's he even doing pulling that sword out in a tournament? Like that was ridiculous.
He got feeding his ego.
Even I would do that. Like,
no, you're not getting my Valyrian steel sword, my ancestral powerful ass sword from a powerful ass queen in some fucking tourney. Hell no.
No, yeah, you got to save that for real battles and like showmanship. But yeah, you're not trying to break that out. I don't know. That was ridiculous.
Peter said Daemon pulled a Oberyn.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was so sad. You hear just that one little gurgle and just knew the king's son wasn't going to make it. And then they wasted no time confirming it. Like, it was sad to see the little mummy corpse all wrapped up on the pyre next to his mother. And I felt bad for Rhaenyra having to be like the one to light her mother's funeral pyre. But that dragon was fierce as hell walking down that hill. Like I'm loving these dragons so far.
And also, how great was just showing how they're connected, how Rhaenyra is connected to Syrax. You can tell like it you know, like when a dog whimpers, that Syrax was making sounds like that, but right before she went to give the command, and she couldn't even speak the word at first because she's grieving so hard. Like that's her mom, you know, from what we've seen. They had a very close relationship. So it just that whole scene, that whole sequence really was brilliant. It showed the dragon personality, her personality, how they connect. It showed a more softer moment for Daemon, to where you see he isn't just this showboating asshole all the time. He absolutely cares about his niece. It's not just he's already trying to bang her, even though, you know, they're going to get there eventually, and the attraction's already there for both of them. But it's really him trying to support his family in a time of need when he himself is grieving. And I thought that was really good to see all around.
Seeing the scene, I'm wondering where the hell did Drogon took Danny's body. That's all I'm thinking.
A lot of people speculate Old Valyria.
Could be. Once David Adams says in that moment, Daemon was the only one there supporting her. Her daddy was.
Yes.
But he was just
because Viserys ass checked out.
Yeah, exactly, about what his dumb ass did the previous day.
Fucking idiot.
Oh, just brutal. So brutal. But, I mean, one thing was, how are we looking at King's Landing in the background? Like, when they came down off that hill, they buried her, like, close to King's Landing. I thought they were out at Harrenhal.
No, they were at the Dragon Pit. Or weren't they near the Dragon Pit? Or was it Dragonstone?
They were at Dragonstone. 1,000 lords came to Dragonstone. They're having the tourney at Dragonstone. He goes to get his wife. The wife has a miscarriage, dies basically. Both of them die. And next thing you know, they're having pyres outside of King's Landing.
So was at Dragonstone.
You think that was
Dragonstone? Yeah, I thought the tourney was at King's Landing.
No, the tourney was at Dragonstone.
Nah, I thought the tourney was at King's Landing.
It said in the writing, 1,000 lords coming to Dragonstone. Almost positive I said that. That's why I was like,
I don't think everybody would have been. Yeah, I don't think everyone would have been staying at Dragonstone if they're coming to celebrate the birth of the prince.
Well, and that's the whole thing, that Daemon and the Gold Cloaks just cleaned out King's Landing because all these people are supposed to be coming there. So that's what I'm saying. There's some incongruity going on there, that they talked about all these lords were coming to Dragonstone for this major tournament, but Daemon and the Gold Cloaks cleaned out King's Landing. So it's like, Harrenhal.
No,
I'm pretty sure
the tournament
in the writing it said the.
All right, yo, chat room. Somebody do a quick fact check for us, please. Pretty sure the tournament itself was at King's Landing, and then the funeral pyre was held either on or near Dragonstone. But I could be misremembering that though.
Yeah,
actually, you're right. It looks like it's on King's. Is it?
Yeah, I thought it
looks like King's Landing.
Yeah, it looks like King's Landing in the background, and Harrenhal is not that close, and the tournament's supposed to be going on at Harrenhal. Like they said in the thing that
they cleaned out King's Landing because everybody.
In the background, you see King's Landing, though.
Right.
I mean, from Dragonstone, you can see King's Landing in the background.
Right. I'm not talking about Dragonstone. I'm talking about Harrenhal.
They weren't at Harrenhal. What reason would they have to go to Harrenhal? And the birthing. Remember, the birthing is happening at King's Landing. So why would the tourney be at Harrenhal?
That's what I'm saying. I thought
they're happening at the same time. So yeah, Harrenhal was not involved at all. Daemon wouldn't have needed to clear out Philly Bottom if they weren't going to be having those people come.
That was my whole point. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. The Gold Cloaks cleaned out King's Landing for all these lords coming. So, but then I swear they said it. I know they did the Great Council was at Harrenhal, but I thought they said this tournament, 1,000 people were coming to the tournament, and I was like, I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch, but I swear they.
No, yeah. Like DA saying, they specifically said it was King's Landing and the Small Council, and Jackie looked. Yeah, she said it was at King's Landing, and the funeral was at Dragonstone. Yeah, Harrenhal was never involved.
You think the funeral was at Dragonstone?
Yeah.
I just thought it was outside.
That's why we're seeing King's Landing in the backdrop.
Oh, I just thought it was out in the fields of King's Landing or something, like out where they're or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I gotta have to go back and watch all that because yeah, I swear there was a thing.
Yeah, Harrenhal was the Great Council at the beginning, like many years before that.
Right, to gate the
That's it.
king. But then I thought they made like because I always have the captions on, and I swear they said something about all these thousand lords coming to the Heron Hall, and I was like, wait a minute, I thought we were in King's Landing. Like Damon just hung
Nah.
out the streets. They talked about it at the Great
And,
Council.
and
All
that's
that.
what I was about to say too, Jackie. There aren't any fields in King's Landing. That's why they have to get their grain from Highgarden.
He said there's no fields. Okay, grassy lands. Like he came down.
Right? Yeah, there aren't.
But absolutely, yeah, I don't know. I got to go back and watch that because that confused me. I was like, dude, that doesn't seem straight. But yeah, maybe I got that off. I'll have to go back and check it out. No problem rewatching this show because it was
right.
So at the next High Council of the meeting, the lords want to solidify like who will be the king's successor now that his son and wife have passed. And Lord Corley's kept it real, like he said earlier, like he was the only one. He said, we already have one. Shall we say his name? And the rest of the council was not down with that whatsoever. And again, Ser Otto sure seems to be a little bitch again in all things pertaining to Daemon, because it was his idea to give Daemon the city watch, and now he claims to be too powerful heading the gold cloaks. Like, he's never going to be happy. There's nothing Daemon's going to do to ever be able to please this. So,
that's fact.
It's just ridiculous. These two are going to they were going to come to blows one way or another, and Ser Otto, being the better politician, found his way to get rid of him. That was
yeah.
I'm guessing the only reason Otto suggested putting Daemon in charge of the gold cloaks is due to the state of disrepair they were in. Like, I'll bet they didn't think Daemon had it in him to turn that group of ragtags around the way he did. So, like, maybe Daemon's a lot better leader than this council's giving him credit for. What do you think?
Pretty much. He never gave this guy a chance. They probably just see him as a pretty boy, troubled youth. That's it. But then when he actually starts doing something, it's like, oh, shoot, he actually could do something. So imagine if they actually put him in those other roles. He probably could have improved the city.
He's very capable. And that's what a lot of people, well, that's what Hightower is trying to ignore. And once he sees every time Daemon shine where he thinks that Daemon would fail, he gets more and more upset. And let's remember that the Hightowers are from Old Town, and they're basically, they've kind of unofficially run the Citadel. So that them gray rats be conspiring. So, this is all by design when it comes to Otto.
Not kind of one Viserys actually should have like pushed more for Daemon to actually get those other roles that he actually put him in the first time, and just not listen to Otto.
And have him be moved around, which was the crux of the problem that Daemon spoke about near the end of the episode, and he called that shit 100%. He's really, him and Corlys are like the two realest dudes in Westeros
all
right
these
now.
Jobs and never once thought about making me hand. It's like I would have been the best hand for you. Now you're getting eaten alive by all these other little leeches. And I dug that little, like that Tyler king screaming at his council that he will not suffer crows that come to feast on their corpses. It's like a little feast of crows shout out. I love that.
And that's also what makes him more of a little bitch, because you already knew everything Daemon just said to you. He told you they just feasting off of you to protect their position. Hightower is a cunt that is a second son that ain't gonna get shit unless he steals it for himself. And he's using his daughter to do that. And you know this, but you're still being a dumbass.
Yep. Oh yeah, we know he's not gonna last long if Daemon becomes a king. He's gone. He
seems to be dying of something or whatever from wherever it was on his back, and now he's getting like freaking pinched from his own throne. I'm like, for real?
Yep. And exactly, they didn't want the hotheads who sees through all their BS to outshadow them all, because he could have beat them all at their own game. Absolutely.
Exactly that.
Always worry the guy who crazy wants to rule. Everybody wants to rule. Like I said, the God haven't made a man who doesn't want absolute power yet. Oh, that'd be a great idea, though. Maybe not kill him, to send his ass to the Night's Watch. Maybe even a worse death. Who knows, for somebody like that.
Oh, dude. How cool would that have been?
What do we think was in that letter that the Hand sent to Old Town, AK?
Some conspiring random BS. Like I just said, they basically run the Citadel. So I think that was basically, the Queen's dead, the baby's dead. He's going to either have to stay with Daemon, or back Rhaenyra, and the only thing he sees fit to do, that he can do openly and successfully, is back Rhaenyra until they figure out a way to curb her as well. Because I think Rhaenyra was very important for, where the dragons are concerned. I also think that's why Emma and the baby were killed, because Emma's genes were strong, so to speak, and we know what Rhaenyra could do from the original story. The height of dragons, and a whole lot more dragons are about to come into life because of Rhaenyra and her effect on those eggs. But that's tinfoil. We're gonna put that in the box and set it on the shelf.
Oh, poor Alicent, indeed. Like, we see what a true pig of a man Odo Hightower really is, as he offers up his own daughter to ease the pain of the Morning
The
King.
man played the lizard in Spider-Man. Can you trust the man who plays lizard in Spider-Man?
That was him. Holy shit. I forgot all about that.
Oh, when he told her to wear one of her dead mother's dresses, I just wanted to kick him through the screen.
I'm like, really? The disrespect, man.
Oh,
He didn't say, go suck the king off real quick. He might need some comfort. But he kind of said, go suck the king off, though. He might need some comfort.
When you tell to wear your mother's dress, you know exactly what you're saying. There ain't no in between the lines there. You know exactly what he's speaking. Oh, what a pig. Oh, your own daughter. I was just disgusted by that. And I think Daemon was being truthful when he told the king, like, we all mourn in our own ways, like I was saying earlier. Like, yes, he's rented out the pleasure house for his friends, but Sir Dickhead, Sir
Ain't that a perk of the job, though? Like, I'm one of your officers. Yeah, I should get some money and some pussy.
Oh, Sir Otto twisted it to make it look like a celebration of the king's loss, and I don't know. I just hope he catches one by the end of this series, because my man was not celebrating; he was mourning, 100%.
Absolutely.
And okay, side note: did you realize the guy that silenced everybody in the brothel so Daemon could speak never did so without ever disturbing the woman giving him the BJ?
Yeah,
bruh. I'm like, wait a minute. Is she even doing the job? Because how you talking right now, though?
I was
and you can tell he is clearly drunk. Bro, how you talking about give a speech right now, though? What's wrong with I don't know what's wrong with the girls in here. Damon was in there with Lady Misery and he didn't finish. I mean, granted, she
was he
ain't got no ass.
distracted,
He ain't have a lot.
That was fantastic.
Was it being distracted though?
Oh, the attention.
She didn't have no ass. I think that's what the problem was. He couldn't bounce against just that straight back. It wasn't working out.
Oh my god. Man, that Iron Throne has drank more Targaryen blood than any blade in Westeros. Like, why not pull a Dany and put some pillows on that bad boy like she did back in Marine? Like, make it safer and more comfortable. Like, man, this king's got problems. You can't sit in this chair. Do something. Holy shit. Put some leather hides on it. Something. I mean, come on.
This one seems more uncomfortable than the one in Game of Thrones.
Right? Exactly.
See,
more gnarly.
Is it more uncomfortable, though? Because
this one has like more swords and shit on it.
It also has more swords on the floor, which also looks dumb. But when we first saw our guy Daemon, my boy was lounging on the damn thing like it was a freaking futon, and he's at college right now. He ain't got no cuts.
That tells you.
The throne has spoken.
Exactly. It's not accepting you as king.
No, it's like Thor's hammer. It's like you're no longer worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Viserys said trifling with dragons is what brought the Valyrian its doom. What did he mean by that, AK?
See, I feel that's another good tinfoil moment to spoil or to spin, but the Targs weren't the only ones with dragons. I would say it basically boiled down to they were the dwarves in Lord of the Rings. They delved too deep and too greedily, and people were tired of all their bullshit. So somebody made a conspiracy somewhere, and Valyria had to go.
Will you agree with that, fandom?
What was the line again? He was asking.
I was like, Viserys said trifling with dragons is what brought Valyria its doom. So it's like, what did he mean by that?
I think that kind of goes with like the beginning of the episode where it's like, how will this the house fall? It's from within. It's like at this point, it's literally the Targaryens kind of like against each other right now. Right now, the two siblings.
But it wasn't just Targaryen.
Take a dragon.
Right, to tear itself down. But we're talking about Valyria, an entire city, country, whatever it was,
Yeah,
area.
they were there were a lot of families in the ruling class that had dragons in abundance, though, and them trying to spread and exert their will on people is what ended up starting their downfall. Like look at the Nymeria and her 1,001 ships, or 10,000 ships, I think it was. There was a curse that was put on those Valyrians that were trying to come through, and that supposedly is where we got grayscale disease from, because of that curse and their conquering ways. So it seems that's the correlation that I would make. They mess with dragon. Too many dragons were doing fuck shit, so they have to go.
So Viserys has made up his mind that it should be his daughter to succeed him on the Iron Throne, and though many and more vow fealty to the king and his next heir, he thinks it's not going to go over as smoothly as he hopes. Like, this is definitely going to be a problem. Everybody's bending the knee, but I don't know if it's going to stay that way. So, I've read the books, not going to give spoilers there, but yeah, just watching the show, you're looking like, that's not going to go right. What was Damon doing, like introducing old girl to his dragon like that? Is he planning on taking with her to the Vale with him, or is he going to say fuck the Vale and head out across the narrow seas with his babe? Famine?
I'm like 50-50 on that now. At first, I thought he was gonna go straight to the Vale with her. He doesn't give a two shits about his damn life. But now it's like, is he gonna go back to the Vale? Huh.
Shout out callback from the books. He called her his bronze bitch. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, but this one, it's like what AK said. That wasn't the best one in that one, that whorehouse, I think.
Wasn't the best one?
What'd you say?
Oh, she didn't seem to be like the best one.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
what were you saying, DJ? You're asking something. You're asking me something. I'm sorry.
Do you think he's going back to the Vale, or is he going across the narrow sea?
Oh no, eventually I think he'll go across the narrow sea, but it's not going to be this soon. I don't think. Maybe by the end of the season, possibly. But right now, I think he's just going to go to Dragonstone.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they're bouncing. They ain't going nowhere near that bronze bitch. Oh, House Lowbridge wants to know. Why was Alicent looking like she was going to cry when she was helping Rhaenyra get ready to be named in front of all the lords?
Did she?
She didn't.
She was tearing up.
She wasn't happy.
For a friend, or
that's what I was about to say.
That's just like her becoming like a woman and in her servitude and her doing a woman's duty type thing.
Or she knows what she's been doing with her daddy, and she just feels weird and twisted up all about what's going on. Like, maybe that's the one thing she's thinking once her and the king started being together. Like, maybe she's like, well, if I'm going to be with the king and I marry the king, I'll be next in line. So I don't want, I'm not, why am I helping you and watching everybody swear fealty to you when I want that to be my spot? I think the seeds are being sown in that spot right there.
Damn.
That is actually very interesting, and I did not think along that path at all. I thought it was just a mix of, right now these two best friends are being pulled into different directions for duty, and neither one of them actually want to do the job that they're being presented with. Granted, it would bring them a lot of prestige, but it's not about that for them at this point in their lives. And they both recognize that things are about to change, and I think that's hard for them. And also that is her baby boo that she now has to watch take on these bullshit responsibilities that she knows she don't want. She wants to take her and go dragonback riding wherever the hell they can go and just get the fuck away from King's Landing and all that bullshit. So it's a loss of innocence, loss of Bay, having to accept the role that has been forcefully thrust on her, I think. So it's a lot, and what more could she do but cry and help her friend out?
But I'm here for the drama, so let's get it on.
It's fitting, and I really do like that they're showing these parts of Alicent. Mind you, though, again, Team Black. I don't really like the bitch, but for here right now, it fits because this is exactly what would happen with two best friends in
Yeah,
our age and
unfortunately.
time.
Once you David
So
Adams says maybe he doesn't go anywhere, he's about to swoop back around in the next episode. So we'll see where that goes or what's going to happen with that. But
yeah,
yeah,
he ain't leaving just yet.
I don't think he's going anywhere near the Vale. I know that.
Nah, he ain't going there at all.
I think Allison wants Damon, but her dad is making her do the series instead. Oh man, that could be sad and all that.
Mm,
Wait, whoa. I gotta reread that comment again.
that's interesting.
He wants, yeah. Who? Of course, a beautiful woman is going to want the big, bold, and badass Damon, and not some
Uh,
creepy king.
Oh yeah,
You
true.
know what? That just such teenage angst. I can't believe I missed that. That makes perfect sense. Of course, you like the bad boy because your daddy hate him.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, that's just the way it's always.
Age old story.
Yeah.
Oh, then we get another callback as Aegon called his foreshadowing dream the Song of Ice and Fire. I was like, nice, getting all the books in. And then it ends with the greatest theme song ever with a sweet dragon roar mixed in with it. And I got to say, it is back in full force and I am all in. I absolutely love this first
Hold up, did I just like space out? We didn't talk about how the whole line, a song of ice and fire conversation that they had.
I was waiting for DJ to get done so I could,
And
so I could speak on that. But you go ahead and go first. You go first, please.
bring it on, Finn.
Oh my gosh, the cringe, the laughter. Oh my gosh, when they said that line, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Can I just not think about season 8, just think about some dragons for a quick second now? But no, now they talk about, oh, it's been passed down every king or someone. I'm like, what? This whole time? But obviously, it must, at one point, not must have been passed down, I'm guessing, by the end of the season, whatever, at one point. It's not going to be said and passed down, and then it get lost in translation. That dagger's going to end up somewhere else. It should have did, like I said in Heidi Stream, it should have been like a show don't tell. Just go in a room, show the dagger. We just speculate, okay, why did he just show her this dagger that we obviously know what ends up happening in season 8, and just be done with it. But then it's going with a song of ice and fire and crap. I'm like, come on now, just come on.
I never knew that Aegon was a seer. Like, to know that he foreshadowed that dream and he was another one of the Targaryens that had dreams that supposedly are going to come true. I mean, I never knew that before.
Well,
That
a lot of them have dragon dreams. There's quite. I mean, I think it's talked about a bit more prominently in the Dunk and Egg series, but it wasn't just a few of these in Bloodline that could do it. There were a lot of them. It's how they interpret all those dreams that becomes the problem. And with all of things being passed down in a specific way, this is again my tinfoil that Starks and Targaryens should always be going together. And this is exactly how it was with Winterfell. Brandon was raised as the first son, so he got all the secrets of Winterfell. But Ned didn't get all the proper training because I think there was more work to do than we know about just yet. And it's the same here with the Targaryens. They have these dreams. They interpret them maybe the right way sometimes, maybe the wrong way. The thing happens, and they need to have themselves in the best position too. And that got lost over the years because of all the turmoil that happened. They forgot to pass along that story to continue the preparations.
Or just certain people get to hear the story like this one,
Yeah, like the firstborns or heirs, actually, would be more accurate. Yeah.
Well, one person did hear it. They didn't care 2 F's about it and just not care about passing it down.
And like, are all the dreams even real? Like, I mean, how real do you take it, or how much attention do you pay? Because Rhaegar seemed to have some dreams that were way off. Like, he was misinterpreting the hell out of those. So
actually, that's a good point, because here, Viserys is talking about his son coming through, and he's born with an iron with the crown, and all the dragons roared when he was put on the Iron Throne. Is that really what's supposed to happen? Rhaegar thought it was going to be his son too, but you were wrong about the son, both of y'all.
Unless that's what the Mad King was looking at, and he just lost that in terrible translation.
He said Rhaegar read it in the scroll. Absolutely.
Yeah. It seems that I need to be a warrior. Was the line, I think. He was a bookworm before he read that prophecy.
Seems that I'm gonna be a warrior. Absolutely. But then I thought Rhaegar had dragon dreams out at not Heron Hall, where was that spot he always
Summer Hall.
Yeah, where it burned down. I thought he went out there and had just talked about it in dreams there, especially.
Yeah, I think he had visions, and I want to say he would meet a woods witch there. Maybe the ghost of High Heart. I don't know. I could be misremembering.
I think the dreams come from the three-eyed ravens. He's putting them in there. What about the
Highly
mages
possible.
doing the candle, dragon fire, the candles? They're supposedly the maesters, if they're able to do it, can put dreams in people's heads and make them uh, give them certain ideas, plant ideas in their head. That's
Yeah,
way deep.
it's been known. It's been known to happen in that world, though. Blood Raven used to do it all the time.
With the glass candles, the maesters, if you know how to do that, that's some magic that's going way down deep.
Yeah, how you supposed to light a candle with no wick?
You know, do it with your mind. So yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes. I'm all in for it. Absolutely. A lot of people, like I said, were on that fence. They didn't know how they were going to be able to pull it off, but I think everybody deep down was really hoping they did, and I think they did in all aspects. It was 100% fantastic, and I can't wait to see the next one someday. Oh, anything else you got to go before we get out of here and do a couple of questions of trivia, see what everybody remembers?
I completely forgot to write down anything for trivia.
Oh, good. I didn't. There's not that many. There's not that many, but yeah, I think we got just a couple questions. If you guys know, we're going to knock out a couple trivia questions. If you know the answer, put it in the chat box. If you're watching this later, write it in the comment section down below. First and foremost, how long did King Jaehaerys reign?
King Jaehaerys? Oh, shit.
53 years.
Okay.
Nearly 60 years. We'll give you that one. How many lords made the journey to attend the Great Council?
13?
5 or 6? Was that?
Wow. Not even in the same stratosphere.
I guess not.
How many lords made the journey
17?
to the Council?
Was it? Well, I mean, was it all of them? Because how many lords?
Secrets. What's up? Welcome. Good to see you out there.
Hey, Septa.
Oh,
well, I mean, wasn't it only the high? Was it? No, it was more than the High Lords that were able to attend.
Oh, there was a Lannister High Lord there too. No one wouldn't bother to mention that.
The only Lannister I saw was the thing when Daemon was getting ready to pick who he was.
Yeah, that was like the only time I saw like the Lannister sit. I was like, oh shit.
Only line we saw. Where was the Great Council held? Get back to an easier one.
Harrenhal.
There we go. What year was the Great Council held?
Oh shoot! Something AC.
What year
Did
was
Septa wrote it? 1390 or no?
What's that?
1390?
That is incorrect.
Oh, 1200?
Oh no, I think
107.
That was the question previous.
Well, Florbridge nailed this one. For. We got it right there.
What is it? 101.
Absolutely.
Good job, Casey.
101 after the conference. How many succession claims were heard at the Great Council?
It was a lot.
13 or 14?
Oh, look at you go. I'm going to give you that one. It was 14. Absolutely. Well done, you. Well done, you. What was the queen's name that was died giving birth?
Emma.
Absolutely. And what was the crab feeder's real name? A little tougher deep dive here.
Fuck.
What was
I'm picturing the damn.
I was hoping it was the other way around.
Right now.
You wanted to know his nickname?
Yeah.
You're going to be able to get that.
He said, yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, the was it the crab feeder? Or something like that.
Oh, so that's a Shayna nailed it 14. Florbridge hit it 14. Absolutely. All correct. And with the Emmas, absolutely correct. Anybody out there remember what the crab feeder's real name is? That's a little tougher. Big deep dive. They only said it once.
So something that starts with the C.
I can't wait to see.
Yeah, the crab feeder.
Yeah, that's going to be a gnarly scene. Absolutely. Yes, it does start with a C to answer your question. So you're on the right track there. Oh, that's a tough deep dive. See if anybody remembers that. I know everybody's hitting that Google now.
It's almost a Dyraki sounding name, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Damn it, I almost said Jake.
Did Jackie see get it?
Draka something or other.
There you go. Absolutely. That is
Dracar, that's it.
What's up, Jackie C? Keep it real. Did you have to Google that? That was a deep cut right there. That is a deep one. Yeah, that was a hard one. There's a quick image in the trailer.
Yeah, well done, Jackie.
Oh, who was King Viserys Maester?
Some asshole.
Anybody remember who King Viserys Maester was? They said his name a couple times through this episode.
Yeah, you think I'd remember, but he wasn't interesting to me.
He was King Viserys Maester. He was interesting enough to cut the hell out of Emma and kill her.
Casey says, is that Marius or Marlis?
Close. Or some, I'll go with it, or something. You're on the right track, though. And they call it... What sword did Daemon Targaryen wield? To get back to an easy one.
Dark Sister.
Mhm.
Absolutely. What is the Septa's name currently teaching Rhaenyra and Alicent?
I don't know, but
Another
in
superior.
my ladies, yeah, in her words, fuck her.
What is the Septa's name currently teaching Rhaenyra and Alicent? Anybody remember that one? Deep dive. Absolutely, Dark Sister. It's like Runsider. What's that? I don't know what that one is.
Runesider?
Oh, you
Exactly,
already knew it.
Jake.
Right, Jake, seriously.
And then we actually get all the names. He gets all the places, and then he gets the numbers. It's like there's
Mhm.
no winning with this man.
Oh, you gotta
There's
keep
like there's so much to do for Westeros. I
At
don't
this
even
point,
know if
just
I can take
just
trivia
print the whole
notes.
script of the episode and just hit
Right,
fire.
have it on the second screen. Just do a word search when he asks something.
So when we're having so much fun with names, let's keep it moving. Who did Nymeria take as a husband once she reached Dorne?
Morris Martell.
Oh, Lord Martell, absolutely.
I know my Dorne and Lady Ronar history.
There you go. Well done, you. What is Daemon's wife from the Vale's name?
The bronze bitch.
The Bronze Bitch, absolutely. What's the Bronze Bitch's name?
Something Aaron. Damn it. Is it Aaron? Oh, okay. Casey says Rhea Royce. Is that right?
Rhea Royce is absolutely correct. Well done, you.
Nice.
Oh, Lowbridge got down. That's the house to be.
Jackie's saying Orwile. What is that? Is that the Septa's name or?
She might be guessing the Septa's name. That is incorrect.
Right.
Oh, what is Daemon? What dragon does Daemon ride?
Caraxes.
Well done. Got to get those dragons right. What lady did Alicent say was hiding a swollen belly beneath her dress at the game? After this.
Some random chick that didn't want to keep her legs closed. I don't know.
What lady did Alicent
So
say?
she was pregnant then.
Oh, there was a lady that was hiding a swollen belly beneath her dress. Who did she say that lady was? Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. Absolutely. You get that one, I will be impressed. What did the king name his newborn son?
Balon.
Yeah.
That is correct. How many are in the gold cloaks that Daemon now heads?
2000.
Yeah.
2,000. Well done. And last but not least, what is Corlys Valerian's title?
It's Master of Ships, isn't it?
Close.
Coin.
Master.
Incorrect.
No, it's not the Master of Coin.
Oh, we got a
It's not
couple.
if it's not the Master of Ships, what is it?
I'll be surprised since he's talking about pirates. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's like literally his jam. That's what the Valerians do. They are ship-faring folk. Hey, Tawny.
Hey, what's up, Tony? Good to see you out there. Welcome.
Title.
His title. He has a specific title. It's close, but that is not it. Anybody knows that one? Write it in the chat. If you're watching later, write it in the comments down below. But that is absolutely going to do it for us. And, man, absolutely can't wait to get on the next.
Jackie said Lord of the Tides.
Oh, there we go. We got one. Lord of the Tides and Master of Driftmark, to be exact. Lord of the Tides and Master of Driftmark is his title. Well done, Jack.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's titles, yeah.
There you go. Jake called it right. Cease name. That's his real title.
Yeah, right.
Real. Absolutely.
That's fast.
Oh man, so glad somebody came to stop by. Like I said, we're going to be back and doing this every single Tuesday night. We're also going to be back on tomorrow with our Westeros Wednesdays, not Westeros, Westworld Wednesdays. So we're going to be doing episodes 3 and 4 tomorrow for Westworld. Getting on with that. I mean, I can't believe it took me so long to watch those. Absolutely amazing, hook, line, and sinkers. So we got.
We're 3 and 4.
Yep,
Is that
3
right?
and 4.
Okay.
And this man made me wait so long, damn it. Stopped at 4. I've been waiting until literally the season ends.
We finally here, so we're going to talk about it tomorrow and then keep it moving. So, yep, Westworld Wednesdays, doing House of the Dragon on Tuesdays, and we got She-Hulk on Thursdays. So stay tuned. We're going to keep them coming. Hope to see each and every one of you back here for all of them. I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here until we see you tomorrow night. Everybody be easy.
Always